Hi Game Bolt fans, welcome to today's new video. Paige was born in August of 1992 in Norwich, England. She grew up in the wrestling business as both her parents were wrestlers, and this is likely why she started scuffling at the age of 13 in 2005. She spent the coming 5 times substantially scuffling in Europe. She got her first try out with the WWE in November of 2010, but it was not until April 2011, at an alternate tryout, that she would be accepted. She officially inked in September of 2011 and was transferred to the also WWE Experimental Creation, FCW. She made her debut in early 2012, but she did not stay in FCW for too long, as latterly that same time, NXT came WWE's new experimental system. And that is where we find Paige's first match. Okay, just a disclaimer, we are gonna not count NXT matches as a wrestler's first WWE match. I did not know if I should or not, so we let you guys decide in the community tab. And since NXT is so simple with the main canon, it makes sense. So, yup, let's get back to where we were. Paige's first match was on the July 4, 2012 occasion of NXT, and it was enough low-key. Paige did not indeed get an entrance. Only her opponent, Sofia Cortez, did. It's kinda intriguing too, that indeed the womanish NXT wrestlers were being appertained to as queens at this time. The match was not important. It started off with some holds and grapples, and Paige compactly got some offense in. But Cortez would snappily shut it down. That was kind of the theme of the match. Sofia Cortez hit some moves, Paige counters, and gets a many blows, until Cortez makes a comeback. The match ended after Paige got a kick to the head and Sofia planted her with a DDT, which looked enough cool. Also, 3 seconds laterally, Sofia Cortez was your winner by pinfall. Veritably short match, and not important to it, but all great stars must start nearly. Despite losing in her first match, Paige would really make a name for herself in NXT. Presumably her biggest accomplishment there was getting the first woman to win the NXT Women's Crown, and actually no way lost the title, as she was forced to vacate the crown when she made the jump to the main canon in April of 2014. Speaking of which, Paige made her main canon debut on the Raw after WrestleMania 30. She came out to compliment the Queen's champion, AJ Lee, and on retaining her title. After some peeking by AJ, the two had an improvisational match for the crown, which Paige won in lower than a nanosecond and a half, after hitting the Paige acrobat. So, not a bad way to start on the main canon. And she would hold on to the Divas title for roughly 3 months. She won the title back at SummerSlam 2014, making her a 2-time Princesses champion, but lost the title about a month laterally. She won her first match at WrestleMania in 2015, and of course she was part of the Women's Revolution laterally in the time, where she formed a platoon with Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair called the Submission Sorority, Platoon PCB, which eventually led to her turning on her teammates. Also in 2016, she infamously got suspended from WWE and wouldn't be back until late 2017. But once she returned, she formed a new group called Forgiveness, which comported of Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, and they principally attacked the other womanish WWE stars on the canon, and this is where we find Paige's last WWE match. It was on the 2017 Christmas edition of Raw. Paige, teaming with Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, took on Bayley, Mickie James, and Sasha Banks in a 3-on-3 label match. Paige started the match with Sasha Banks, but substantially just teased Banks before tagging out. After that, Forgiveness did not do too well, with the faces getting the upper hand. Also after a clothesline to Sasha Banks on the outside, Sonya Deville got effects back on track and tagged in Paige, but like ahead, she did not stay active that long, tagging out with Mandy Rose after a knee and some stops. Forgiveness was doing a good job at keeping Sasha Banks down from her mates, and so Paige decided to get in on the action. She did a many clotheslines and also tagged out again, and in other news, it's Groundhog Day again. Mandy Rose also replaced Paige as the active wrestler for Forgiveness, which eventually led to Banks tagging out and bringing in Bayley. Rose followed up by tagging in Paige. Paige got taken to Academy by Bayley, and it looked like Paige was about to be projected, but Mandy Rose and Sonya averted that. After a bit of chaos, Paige got the upper hand on Bayley by precluding her from doing an elbow drop and also hitting the Rage, which got Paige and her platoon the palm. So overall, an alright match. Could have used a bit more Paige in it, and label platoon matches really are not the ideal setup for a final match, but of course this was not supposed to be Paige's last match. On the else side, it's nice that Paige was suitable to hit her finisher and pick up the palm. So it's better than nothing. Unfortunately, 2 days laterally, at a WWE live event, Paige would be injured, and her unborn in the WWE was not certain. She continued to accompany Forgiveness, but her in-ring career was put on hold. And sorely, on the Raw after WrestleMania 34, the news we hoped not to hear was said. Paige blazoned that she was officially retiring from competition. We will have to see what happens with Paige in the WWE. Let's hope we can still get to see her. And who knows? Daniel Bryan was in an analogous situation and he just had a match at WrestleMania. But in the meantime, thank you Paige for performing for us and letting us substantiation an amazing career. We hope you like the video. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.